If you're looking to grow your business to 6 figures in 2026 using AI and you're selling like coaching and consulting and services, you'll probably want to hear this one because I've been talking to a lot of people over the last couple of months. Most coaches and consultants I talk to are doing everything right on paper. They are posting content, showing up consistently, using AI tools. However, their income does not reflect that. They are stuck to those $2,000 to $3,000 months when they get a client or two, and then again nothing for a couple of months. And I wanted to show you a really simple system that I'm using in 2026 to get consistent clients, consistent leads, and add $1, $2, $3, $5,000 every single week or more. I will also share a big shift that happened and why AI is creating a big split between coaches in 2026 and beyond. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Miodrag and I did almost $500,000 on Facebook with under 6,000 followers without running ads and without having a team. So what I'm about to share with you is something I'm doing. It's not theory. And in the last year, I also implemented AI into each part of my business. So I want to show you how that works and how you can do the same in your business. So without further ado, let's go to the screen. As I said, there are just 3 phases that most businesses selling digital products online, like products and services, need to make money with AI in 2026 and beyond. And the first phase you can see at the bottom, so we can also look at this like a pyramid, like a value ladder as well, because it is. So we can look at it this way. And basically phase 1 over here, and a lot of people do miss this as well, we can call it attraction phase. By the way, you can even add content here. So we have free content, then we have lead magnets, and then we have low ticket offers. So the entire point of this is to get you quality leads on the door, low ticket sales or customers or buyers, and more eyeballs, more people basically primed to buy your other offers. Like over here, you don't make a lot of money or money at all, but you are attracting quality leads, again, buyers, customers, etc. So I want to show you how I'm using AI and what I'm using for these offers to do this every single day. I'm getting like dozens and dozens of leads with just my Facebook profile, and again, with really small following. So for example, for lead magnets, what changed? A lot of people used to use like, I don't know, PDFs, eBooks, 10-hour courses, and those maybe can work, but they're not working as well. So what I found works really well, and I think a lot of, again, coaches, consultants, etc., need to adjust to this, is adding AI to their offers and even creating an entire offer or lead magnet around AI. So I'll give you actual examples. You can create literally custom GPT or custom Gemini or even a mini app, which it gets a bit more complicated with that, so I would honestly just recommend creating some custom AI for the beginning to attract high quality people. And if you're thinking, would people get this? They absolutely would. People would even pay for that and are paying for that, right? Another thing you can do, I think it's slightly less effective, but people are still both buying it and doing it, is like a prompt pack. So we have custom AI bots like custom GPT, custom Gemini, etc., or like prompt packs. Now, really important, if you want to attract the right people, because yes, you can attract lots of people with this, but again, the point is that we attract the right type of people. So we need these lead magnets and prompts to solve really specific problem for a really specific person. Now, if you've been online for any amount of time, you probably saw this. It's called A to B journey. This is something your clients, customers are going through from point A, which is where they are stuck, frustrated, having problems, to point B, which is where they're happy, they lost weight, they got money, they have leads, etc. Over here, they're like sad, miserable, broke, no leads, no money, right? And basically our offers, they're like usually multiple steps that they need to take to go from A to B. Now, your lead magnet is simply one of these steps. So for example, let's say I'm teaching people how to get leads, and one of the things that you likely need to do is to create content. Now, content has multiple layers. So let's say content is all of these things that they need to do in order to go from A to B. And I can pick one layer out of it, let's say content ideas, that's a big pain point people have, and I can either have a prompt pack or a custom AI, custom GPT, custom bot that I will teach based on my methods on how I'm coming up with content ideas, and I can package this and give it away for free to get quality leads. And now I know, let's say I'm targeting business owners who started YouTube and they need help with YouTube ideas. So I can create custom GPT that will give my avatar YouTube ideas for their channel. Now, you can imagine if you're a YouTuber, if you're struggling with coming up with content ideas, you will find this really valuable. But you will also find this, and that is the fact that once you have an idea, that is just like one micro step, right? There is all the, okay, which idea is good? How do I turn this idea into a video? There are like an additional 10 steps. And now, when I have you attracted as like a lead, I can then ascend you up my ladder and solve more of your problems in return for money. So this is how it works. Step one is just an attraction. Now, also under step one, I put low ticket offers, and we can put this literally as a next step. So let's say my free lead magnet is custom GPT that gives you content ideas. Now my low ticket offer can be like a mix of things. What I like to do is have AI plus something else. So I can have AI that, I don't know, writes your headline, scripts your video, and maybe gives you prompt for thumbnails. So you get all three of these things. And there is like a video walkthrough of me showing you how to do this, and maybe even some prompts. And I package all of this. So let's pretend that's this part over here, and I charge you like 37 bucks. And again, if you're a YouTuber and if you're struggling with these things, you will be like, fuck yes, like I don't need to figure it out. And look at how this works. You're solving a problem which forever worked. It has nothing to do with AI. But where AI comes in is before, maybe it would be like videos, maybe you would need to teach them how they should do headlines or have some broad templates. But where AI comes to and plays a big role is like two things, and I want you to really think about it. So if you're not using AI and you're selling the old way, maybe just video like, hey, how to do this. And again, you might get some sales, but what stops people from going to ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or whatever and doing this themselves? Pretty much nothing. Now, if you take your processes and you feed AI, not only are you giving them AI, which they would use anyways, but because you taught it on your unique process and IPs, it's much more valuable. So I'll give you an example. One of the things I teach my clients is how to create lead magnets, as you can tell here, that convert, right? Now, one of the things when you create a lead magnet is you need like a good landing page. And one of the things for the landing page is you need a good copy that will convert visitors into actual leads. So I have both prompts, done for you prompts, and I have custom tools, like custom AI tools, that will create copy based on my proven processes, right? So yes, they can go to ChatGPT and tell it like, hey, I have this for lead magnet, give me copy for it, but it will come out with average things. However, I took what's working, what's getting really high opt-in rate, and I'm giving it away for free to my clients. So you see how that works? And this is what makes it more valuable. And now people will gladly pay 37 bucks. And now you capture their lead, and you got a buyer. And guess what? People who paid money, people who have this problem that you can solve, and obviously once you do volume in the attraction, so you're not going to have one, maybe you got 100 people to opt in for your custom bot, right? And maybe whatever, 15 of them purchased your low ticket offer, right? So yes, you might make a couple of hundreds of bucks or thousands of bucks, but that's not where the real money is made. Real money is made in these two steps here. Now, if you want my help installing this into your coaching, consulting, affiliate business, I'll have a free doc. You can check it out below. Now back to the video. So we come to the step 2, which is now our conversion system. So we attracted the right leads and customers. Now we want to convert them into like mid-ish ticket clients. This is my recommendation at least. It's usually with offers that are like, my recommendation is $200 to $500 works really well. I think $600-700, it's an awkward price. It's not like 1K, but it's also not really an impulse purchase. So I think this is really a sweet spot. And now, you guessed it, we just take a bit more of their plate and we solve even bigger problem. So with the first one is like just content ideas for YouTube. With the second one is, okay, I also give you like headline prompts and scripting and thumbnails, right? Now your mid-ticket offer can be, I'll do it for you. It can be even more things like custom bot that will write their description. Maybe some repurposing, like how you take one idea and turn it into 5. Maybe how do you get your first 1,000 subs? Like it's usually a bit bigger and next step problem. So once they're like, okay, I have a content idea, I have the script, but what do I do now? So you solve like more and bigger next steps, and you naturally get these people who were just leads or like low ticket customers, and ascend them into a couple $100 worth product. So for me, for example, I have two mid-ticket products. One is $2.99 for affiliates, and one is $3.99 for coaches. And basically I help them, like, how do they, affiliates for example, how do they make next $2,000 leveraging AI in the next 30 days on Facebook. So highly specific, and obviously I use AI to help them because AI does 80% of the things for them, and this is one of the big selling points. Similarly, for coaches, I teach them how to add 1K to 2K every single week using AI, leveraging their knowledge and experience, and using AI. Again, 80% of the things is done for them because of AI, and they become like mid-ticket clients for me. And over here already, like again, with low ticket, unless you have some huge volume, you're not going to make a lot of money. But with mid ticket, you can already start making some really nice money, right? Because if you have something priced like $300-400, with every 5 sales, you're already like $1,000, $2,000 in. And what also happens is, and this brings us to the step number 3, is ascension. Because guess what? Entire point of this is that in each next step, again, this is like a value ladder, you give away more value, you solve more problems, you give them better, bigger outcomes, and you charge more. Naturally, the percentage of people will fall off, because maybe for free thing you can get hundreds or thousands of people, but you likely won't get the same 1,000 to all buy your high ticket product. So it usually looks like this, like, again, like a funnel. You have like free content at the top, maybe wherever you post. I do it on Facebook. And then we have lead magnets. You get hundreds of leads. And then you have your low ticket offers that convert some of them into buyers. And then percentage of them will buy your mid ticket stuff, which is our phase 2. And finally, percentage of this will ascend into your high ticket offers. And I had this done over and over again. I get a lead or a customer. After some time, they turn into, and by the way, it's not always linear. Sometimes someone might jump into high ticket immediately or mid ticket, etc. But a lot of the times they're exposed to my content. Maybe they get my free stuff. Maybe some invest into low ticket. Then they consider working with me. They invest into mid ticket. And then, because I usually get them results, if they do the work and show up, a lot of them also ascend or keep working with me in some way, shape, or form. And this is how it works. This is the only 3-step system you need. So what do you need? You need one core mid-ticket offer that will solve one tangible problem in specific time frame, right? With the help of AI, this is like in each step I want you to think about how I can implement AI to make it both easier for yourself, but also for your customers and clients. Then you need entry-level low-ticket offer, which is going to be probably one step out of that mid-ticket offer, and maybe even smaller step for a lead magnet. Again, you can literally make custom GPT or custom Gemini or something like that, or a prompt pack like 10 prompts to create viral headlines on YouTube, whatever, right? You see the point. And then you're attracting the right people, you're getting them to buy your, like you're converting them to your mid-ticket offer, and percentage of them, again, will be ascended to your high ticket offers. Now, high ticket offers are usually like $1,000 plus, right? I have multiple tiers based on whether people work with me for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You can also tie it not to the time frame, which is probably honestly even better, but to an outcome. I'll help you do this. You will still need a time frame, but you can cut the time frame and do it that way. And again, more AI, because in the future, coaches that make money will have their processes together with AI. It's not just the coach and it's not just the AI. It's going to be the merge, at least in the near future. Who knows, AI might just do better everything that we do. But for now, what works really well is your expertise, your knowledge, packaged into AI. Again, I'll give you another example. So I teach people how to build an AI-based lead magnet, what I call AI buyer magnet, so your custom GPT. But guess what? They first need to pick, okay, what do I create it even about? Because it needs to attract the right people. So I give them done for you prompts so they pick the right idea. And I took a lot of my knowledge to package it, because you can go and you can ask ChatGPT like, hey, what do I create lead magnet about? And it will give you an average answer. However, because I've done it over and over again, and because I've been in make money online game and building lead magnets for 6-7 years, I took my knowledge and taught AI based on that. So this is what gives it value. Anyone can ask ChatGPT, like you could have asked things on Google. But in the same way that Google didn't make millionaires, ChatGPT alone probably won't either. But when you pair your knowledge, your systems, your processes, your thinking into AI, that's what makes it powerful. So for the ideas, again, I give them prompts. Okay, now you have an idea. Now they need a name. So I give them prompts for how do you come up with a sexy name that people will want. Then they need to build it. So I give them prompts like how do you actually build one. Okay, how do you package it now? You need copy for your pages. Guess what? I give them that as well. So I want you to take each piece of the workflow and turn it into a prompt, custom built AI. It doesn't matter. It will make the life of your customers and clients easier, and it will make your life easier as well. And that's all you need to make thousands and thousands of dollars every single week with AI. This is what I'm doing, and this is what my clients are doing as well. So this is what I recommend you try as well. All right, there you have it, folks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and don't forget to check this one. I think you're gonna love it as well.